I am selfish, I am flawed, but I can love. And so I wear this smile fit for the place above. You know me, the truth gets heavier every night. I promise I'll be the one if you help me win this fight.
Good afternoon, friends. So I totally forgot this morning of making this video to pop my face in and do a little intro. We was headed out to the I-127 yard sales. It's like the world's longest yard sale. It runs like 6 states or whatever. Our first time ever going. We was just in the hustle, of making sure that everything was done around the house. All the animals was, checked on and taken care of and all that before we headed out. So I forgot to pop my face in, so I did want to do a little voiceover here because, well, I want to do an intro. The neighbor's leaving on his motorcycle, so ignore that. But I didn't want to just leave it without some sort of intro. But we did go out this day and check out the yard sales, and we just had a really good time. We're going to bring you along for some of those, and then I'm going to take you back home and we'll talk about it a little bit. And I'm going to share a recipe, if you want to call it that, with you later on. So I hope that you enjoy it. If you're not part of our family and you enjoy stuff like this, make sure you subscribe down below. I do weekend vlogs every weekend, whether it's exciting or not. But yeah, we would love to have you join our little family. So we're going to go on and share a little bit more of this trip. Yucky. He is too. Look how big he is. I don't know if he's nice. I thought they bit.
You do?
Who got bit by one? You're a weird human. No, he's just hanging out. He ain't getting in the car with us. He jumped back in there.
Had a few kids, bought a new house, promised you heaven, but it never did work out. Got a new job and moved uptown. I bought you everything, you never questioned why. All this time I waited for a season where everything felt right. All the different phases and the reasons to make it all worthwhile. My best kept secret is I never loved you quite enough.
Aw, you are pretty.
There in the
Yeah.
moment, in my white dress, an overwhelming second of regret. Driving on a freeway with no exit signs, losing control and speeding faster than light. All this time I waited for a season where everything felt right. And all the different phases and the reasons to make it all worthwhile. My best kept secret is I never loved you quite enough. All this time I waited.
So, we spent the day yard selling. It was hot. I came home and washed my face, but it still feels so gross. It feels like it's sticky but salty, and I don't know. And I guess it's from sweating. And having my sunglasses on, and I don't know. I walked my face off multiple times during the day, and I got home and I washed it. Like, I actually washed it, but it still feels pretty gross. So that's not fun. But we had fun. Like, I'm thinking about maybe trying to go back tomorrow. It's the road that it's on, 127, is actually a pretty good ways away from us. But I'm thinking we might go tomorrow and either go farther south or just go up and go north a little bit. I would like to do that. I know that tomorrow's not supposed to be as, you know, obviously it won't be as big as Saturday. And with it being the last day, a lot of people might not be out, but I think we might drive up or down and just see if we can see anything. Because I don't know. We had fun. We didn't hardly buy anything. I didn't buy anything shareable, but we didn't really buy a ton, but it was just fun to get out and just be a part of it and get out and just see what everybody had. We went to a lot of antique places, which you all know that we enjoy things like that. We enjoy looking at them even more than we enjoy buying them, because there's a lot of really cool ones, just not things that we want to bring home and put into our home or purchase, because some antiques are really expensive, but we just enjoy seeing stuff like that. Some of us do. Some of us aren't the biggest fans, like the girls. They only like it when it's things they like Lily enjoys Cupid dolls and strawberry shortcake. Those are her things. Wendy don't really have anything. She likes Raggedy Ann and Andy, and but she already got her a set of those, and she don't want more of them. But yeah, we had fun. So I think we might go maybe and just drive a little bit, even if we don't find anything. Maybe then next year we'll know that Sunday isn't as good or whatever, which I'm sure it's not going to be as good, but maybe Sunday isn't worth it altogether next year. We have never, I mean, I don't know how long it's been going on. I know for sure I've heard of it multiple years before now, but we've never went. I used to love to go to yard sales, but I hated going with John. But now he really enjoys them as well, and so we had a good time. Like, I regretted last year. I think I realized and thought about it after it was over, and so this year when it come up and I remembered, I was really happy that I remembered it. And we had a really good time. Like, obviously it's called the world's longest yard sale for a reason, but we just was not expecting to see like pretty much flea markets set up places, like so many vendors and stuff. We was out for a pretty good while. We would have stayed out longer, but the girls wanted to stop at the pet store and get some cat food for their cats, and then we just decided that, you know, we was going to go ahead and just be done, and we went on to the pet store and came home. But it was fun. Like, we had fun. You know, even if we just like to drive around anyways, so even if we just go and drive around, no big deal. And if we see a sale, we can stop. So I think that's what we're going to do tomorrow. I'm going to want to talk to John and see what he says. Probably won't record that because it's going to be the exact same thing that I already recorded some of today. Not the same thing, but the same thing, you know. Because we won't, if we do go, we won't be going to the same place. We'll either go north of it or south of it, so that we're not going to the same repetitive sales. But yeah, I'm going to make myself a recipe thing. I guess you can call it a recipe. I mean, it is. That I found is called tomato salad, something like that. And I'm gonna make myself some of that. Did I zoom in? No. And then I think we're gonna call it a day, because it's been a good day, but kind of a tiring day. Like, I don't know how much I ended up walking. Let me see if I can check my watch here. Almost 20,000 steps just from yard sales and walking. I mean, and we was in the car a lot. I mean, obviously, because we had to drive a good ways to get there, and I still got almost 20,000 steps. So it was a lot. Like, we would park on the side of the highway and, you know, walk and walk big fields full of yard sales, and then we would, even a few places it was like fields, and then you walked a little bit more and there was more not fields, it was like a field with a whole bunch of tents. So then you'd walk a little bit more and then it was a whole nother field with a bunch of tents. But it was fun. Like, even though we barely bought anything, I mean, that just saved us money, but even though we barely bought anything, we had fun. We're definitely gonna go back next year, and kind of regret not going other years, but yeah, no reason to look back on the past and worry about that, because you can't change that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna walk in here and make my tomato salad, whatever it's called, and then we're gonna be done for the day. Like I said, I probably won't record tomorrow because it's gonna be the exact same thing over again, so no point in sharing that. So we're just gonna go ahead and close it out. I thought about doing a 2-day vlog, but if we do the same thing over again, you're just gonna be seeing the same thing over again, and there's no point in that. So, all right, so this is the ingredients we're gonna use. I'm the only person that will touch this, so I'm not gonna make a whole bunch of it. That you can, like, I already got a knife and then I got another one. And it's not really a recipe you can save. It says to serve it immediately. You might be able to save it if you skip out on adding the crackers to it, and then, you know, maybe add them right before you serve it. That would maybe work. Now it says, I'm pretty sure, I just read through the recipe really quick. I just looked at what it took, and I'm gonna do my own thing from there. Y'all know how we'd work. But it says to seed the tomatoes. I'm not even gonna attempt all that. I'm just gonna mix them in there. The good Lord put them there for a reason. They're not gonna hurt me. So we're just gonna eat them. I got a bowl right here. Like I said, I'm not making a ton of it, so I didn't think I needed a huge bowl, but maybe I needed a bigger bowl if I'm gonna put this much in it. I might hold off on this one. I'm excited about this. I even thought about adding some bologna to it because that just sounded really good to me, the little chunks of bologna. That does sound really good, but I'm gonna leave it, eat it this way, see how it is, and then next time, because I'm sure I'm gonna like it, because it's pretty much just a, what is it called? It's pretty much a tomato sandwich, and I love those. So yeah, I'm the only one gonna eat it, so I don't think I'm gonna use both of those big tomatoes. I'm just gonna use that one, and then these 4 small ones that I've got here. I don't remember what these tomatoes are. No, these are blueberry. I don't know what those are. Not a clue. That might be the bumblebee ones. They come from Baker's Creek. Anyways. These outer pieces that I know I do have a lot of seeds, I don't care to take the time to kind of get them out. But like I said, I don't care about the seeds. It's not going to offend me one bit that they're in there. And I'm just making this for myself. Now, I'm typically more of a Miracle Whip kind of person, so I'm going to put just about maybe a tablespoon, definitely less than that, of actual mayonnaise, and then I'm going to add a little bit of this. Like I said, I'll link the recipe down below, but I'm not actually following it. I just read what I needed to put in it and went from there, because I was just making a tiny bit for myself. Now the recipe, actually, the tomatoes was smaller than this. This actually looks pretty gross, to be honest. The tomatoes was smaller than this. Probably why you're supposed to get the seeds out to make it less watery. But I wasn't in the mood to cut them up that little. I cut back into my fingernail, and it is very sore now. This tomato juice and stuff already wasn't great on it. Looks ugly, but it tastes good. If I could find the salt and pepper. I think it'd be better if all the tomatoes was cold. I only had one tomato straight from the refrigerator. The rest of them was from the window, so definitely would have been better if it was all cold. And I'm not sure how many crackers I'm supposed to add. I'm just going to add 5 because that's a serving for Ritz crackers. Crunch them up. And then you get to eat it. Like I said, is it cute? Definitely not. See how it tastes with the crackers. That's really good. It's like a crunchy tomato sandwich, and I'm okay with that. I definitely suggest that you let your tomatoes get cold though, because that would help, but it is really good. And with that, that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with us. Make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already. As always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Until next time, bye friends.